Hello!
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi there, people, the internet, the world,
The whole world, yes.
our audience of millions.
Mars.
We keep doing this. It's like self-harm at this point.
Yeah, we're on episode 15 of Critapocalypse. We review stuff, that's it.
We review anything.
Yeah, we're going to review a number of things today. I don't know what yet. I'm going to make it up as I go along.
Yeah. Look at you casually drinking. What are you drinking today, Ant? Let's tell the people what we're drinking.
I'm drinking
and what we're doing.
Odka, salted caramel popcorn vodka.
He did not pronounce that wrong. He did correctly say Odka.
Yeah.
Which is vodka mashed up with another thing. Salty caramel popcorn.
It tastes like if salted caramel popcorn came from a petrol pump.
It tastes like they made one of Jimmy Savile's victims into an alcohol.
No.
That's what it tastes like. You're going to cut that out, aren't you? You're going to do it again. You're going to censor me, man.
Got to censor you.
You're going to try and keep me down.
We've basically got to try and maintain, as long as we never hit like the level of offensiveness of a Cunt and the Gang song, that's okay.
We're not actually racist or deflammatory to most people in any way, are we?
Yeah.
Except for, like, we don't like organisations.
Fucking them goddamn spinnakers.
Or Gamergate. Apparently I'm a lobbyist, so I can't hate those guys.
Yeah. Anyway.
But anyway, yeah, so we review stuff so you don't have to think about what you really like and dislike.
Yeah, you can just refer to our opinion.
Exactly. And
it
we
is
have
correct.
Great opinions. Like, you can say we don't, you'll be wrong. Because your opinion isn't our opinion and we're always right.
Yep.
So, my review, number one, numero uno, this week is going to be...
You didn't even think? Did you not write a list?
No, I didn't this time. I'm drinking, so... I was so excited about actually drinking alcohol that I started drinking alcohol before I wrote a list. Okay, so my number one review this week is going to be Mortal Kombat X.
Yep.
The X is for sex.
No,
it's not.
10.
It's 10. It's the 10th Mortal Kombat game, although I'm sure there's been more than that, including that Sub-Zero, that Mortal Kombat Mythologies.
Never happened.
And the multiple iterations of Mortal Kombat, like Mortal Kombat Ultimate 3 or 3
Yeah,
Ultimate.
I missed my copy of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I lent it to a guy at school for Virtua Racing.
You got ripped off.
Yeah, and I gave him back Virtua Racing. Oh no, Mega Drive.
Mega Drive?
And I gave him back Virtua Racing.
Gory one.
And he never gave me back my Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
I'll tell you what, right? He will be laughing all the way to the bank this week because, my God, Mortal Kombat 10, it is mediocre. Actually, right, like, my problem is I like fighting games. I really like fighting games. And when you get a game like Mortal Kombat that, like, traditionally block, punch, kick, block, you know, just the combo, the basics of a fighting game, that's what you expect. There are two things that Mortal Kombat X does that negate that. One, you can skip fights if you find them too hard in the story mode.
Oh, do you have to pay for it?
No, you just literally just go like,
Warner Brothers missed
this is too hard. I'm sorry, I have to bow out. And then the other thing is, before you get to a fight, which is essentially a quick time event anyway, fighting games is always just pressing buttons in time to, you know, beat the person. Like, sometimes they even have, like, prompts.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually a quick time event before the fight.
Really?
Yeah. Any more than one button is not to keep you alert. Because, you know, like, sometimes they have one where they're like, oh, press X if you want to drink the coffee, just to make sure you are paying attention to the films. In this, it's like, X, Y, and you just watch Johnny Cage kick the shit out of Scorpion and Noob Sabat. Or,
it's a fighting game
Sub-Zero.
Already. Why do you need to have a quick time event?
Who fucking knows?
You're already playing a fighting game.
Who fucking knows? This world's gone mad.
Like,
houses are on fire. Cats are fucking dogs.
Like, let's say it's a bit where a character loses his nuts or whatever, he goes mental and he decides he's going to beat the shit out of someone brutally. Like, just stage the fight so the opponent doesn't fight back. Like, make it so that their attacks are weak or slower or something, and you just beat the shit out of them. Like,
are you talking about that game that I was going to make the Special Abuse Simulator?
No, I'm just saying, you could tell the story with gameplay. It's not difficult.
You could. Like, there is something that a lot of people in the games industry seem to assume we don't have, and that's a brain. There's this recently. Mortal Kombat apparently was like the sign of decline in pre-orders. Because pre-orders have been pretty substantial this whole time. Like, you pre-order, you get Goro.
Fuck pre-orders a digital copy of a game, man.
Ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. But anyway, so like, this has been the turning point for pre-orders because there's been so much shit around it and people are unhappy. And I don't blame them. Because Goro has been in the game for free since Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah, and he's not like...
He's not
an extra thing. He's not...
Yeah, he's part of the story.
Goro is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Like, that's... The four-armed Dragon Man in the first Mortal Kombat is part of what separated it from Street Fighter.
Exactly. You can't have Johnny Cage without having Goro. Like, then what would the film be? It'd be Johnny Cage hitting air in the nuts.
Although Johnny Cage punching Goro in the nuts and it making him double over in pain, I didn't like that bit in the film.
Amazing!
No, because
those are
you couldn't do that in the
sunglasses,
game.
You asshole. You can.
If you do it to Goro in the game, nothing happens.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't react.
But the game was made before the film. We can't fault them.
I do like the film.
I like the film.
Probably one of the best things Paul W.S. Anderson has done.
Other than
Mila
Jovovich.
Yeah!
Yeah, we're funny guys. We're wild and funny.
No, I say that
guys.
Soldier and Event Horizon. They're both really good.
You just ruined the joke, you know that? You just ruined the joke. You're ruining this podcast. You're fucking destroying it from the inside.
Hey, I could have said shopping if I was going to say a good Paul W.S. Anderson
spy, aren't you? You're a bloody spy. Anyway, yeah, Mortal Kombat X. I didn't really like it. I didn't really
Did you pay
like
£20 to unlock everything in the crypt?
No.
Who the fuck does that?
Idiots.
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 The thing is, though, they only need to have a few, like, probably a couple hundred people do that. They've made a few £1,000, and all it took them was, like, one guy one afternoon to code in.
It's just one strand of code, just like, oh my god. Yeah, if you want to play Mortal Kombat, just buy the one from 2 years ago. You can get it for a tenner now, and you get all the characters.
Longer than that. It's been 5 years almost since the last Mortal Kombat came out.
Really?
Late 2009, 2010, something like that. It's a long time ago.
Shit, anyway, it still looks pretty
Although
good.
Injustice, Gods Among Us was pretty much Mortal Kombat.
Injustice or Mortal Kombat. Because this is a sign of the times. And it's sad. It's sad to think that...
So I know the times. Is Prince in it?
No.
Oh, I wish he was.
Do you remember the Dave Chappelle sketch?
I want Prince with like a half Joker, half Batman costume.
We're gonna do a visual element to the podcast this week.
I'm not.
Do you remember the Dave Chappelle sketch about Prince?
Yeah.
Playing basketball.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, kids, quickly pause this podcast, travel to YouTube if you're not already watching on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, you can add a tab of YouTube once you've paused this tab of YouTube. And then watch Prince playing basketball on the Dave Chappelle show. It's fantastically funny. It's actually one of my favourite things that happened on that series, and it was a very good series. Oh, Mortal Kombat X.
My favourite Dave Chappelle thing was where he's the clerk in the store, and the woman goes, "I want to talk to the manager," and he just spins around and goes, "I'm the manager."
Did you ever watch The Blind White Supremacist who turned out to be a black guy?
No.
He was like,
nice.
In the end, he's like, I couldn't, he divorces his wife. It's like, sadly, he split up from his wife for 15 years after he found out that she slept with black men. And it's because he's a black guy. It's brilliant. That's Dave Chappelle. Very funny, very, very clever guy. Anyway, I give this game, I give it a solid Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton?
Oh, wait, I mean Bill Pullman. No,
Bill
I
Pullman.
don't. I'm using them as a metaphor for mediocrity and blandness.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Bill Pullman was Lone Star.
Shush yourself.
No.
He was president of the United States of America.
He led us on our Independence Day.
He led us on to independence.
He was forgettable in that film once.
Him and Randy Quaid to fly the plane into the Death Star.
Oh. What was the original ending for that? It was going to be different, wasn't it?
It was going to be a crop duster.
It was a crop duster. No, he was going to have the crop duster, wasn't he?
It was an F-14. He's like, oh shit, my missiles don't
work.
They
because he was just going to fly in at the end, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it was a crop duster in the original ending. They were like, I'm sorry, my plane stopped working earlier. I got a better one. It's like a crop duster. Imagine that propeller. How fast would that propeller need to go to actually give you fucking upward lift?
I would want to see just like fly up and just spontaneously.
I'd love to.
And Randy Quaid doesn't blow up with the plane; he just falls out.
I'd love for Randy Quaid to be using it as an elaborate scheme to get over the border into Mexico. Like he's flying the crop duster and he goes, finally, and presses the eject button, and you see his parachute, and he's just like, oh, so close. And there's actually a giant red
The more
line.
realistic version of that film would be the aliens come down and the Americans just lead the dish into Mexico, and then the Americans just lead the aliens into Mexico, and then they just leave it. And they're just like, not our problem anymore.
Do you know why Randy Quaid couldn't be shot down by aliens?
He's drunk.
No, because he practiced at tax dodging to make sure he could avoid their shots.
He's a crazy person.
He is mad. Anyway, he looks like Brian Posehn because he's got the beard now. Do you know who Brian Posehn is?
Don't you mean Eric Wareheim?
Who?
Eric Wareheim, Tim and Eric's awesome show. Great.
Is
job.
that who he plays? Is that who Brian Posehn plays?
No, Eric Wareheim is the guy from Tim and Eric's awesome show. He kind of looks just like a drunk guy. Right.
Oh no, Brian Posehn is that big guy with a weird voice that you see in
Oh, the stoner from Sarah Silverman.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like Eric Wareheim.
He looks a lot like Randy Quaid when he went mad as well. So anyway, so I give it a solid Bill.
Penny Bill.
It's mediocrity at its finest, laced with some gold dust to pretend it's worth something. It's like an Apple Watch.
Why has Melina got lips?
What?
Melina's got lips.
Melina's got lips.
In the new one.
Oh, you mean vaginal lips?
No, she's got...
Face lips?
Yeah. She's got her big old teeth at the side, but she's just got regular human lips at the front.
Yeah, I've seen that. A bit like Itchy the Killer.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like it. I don't like the game.
I don't approve.
I love Johnny Cage, though, and he seems to be, like, I've only played it for, 25 to 30 minutes, so I'm not very far in the story, but he is front and centre for the story.
Oh, you haven't gone far enough in the story. That's only the first part of the story.
Really?
It jumps forward 25 years.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. I'm at that point.
Johnny Cage probably isn't much after that.
You reckon?
He plays his kids.
Cassie Cage.
Jackie Briggs and...
Jackie Briggs?
Yeah, and...
Jax Briggs is...
What's his name? The one who's, related to Kung Lao, who's gay.
Lao Kung?
Whatever his name is. And isn't there Kenshi's got a kid in it?
Kenshi's probably got a kid.
Probably, yeah, they've all got kids.
Do you think Kenshi's kid's going to be like a mutant, and he actually ended up fucking one of the Baraka people because he's blind?
Yeah, he didn't realise what was going on.
He didn't realise what was going on, so he had like a pointy piranha child. He's like, I love you anyway. Because Kenshi's accepting.
You're writing fan fiction.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm writing fan fiction with my mouth.
Oh dear. Right.
Alright.
Shall I review a thing?
Go for it. Go crazy.
My first review this week will be the film that I reviewed for the 4th birthday special on the Film Dump, which is The Exterminator. It's a cinematic...
Happy birthday
classic.
to the Film Dump!
Yeah, 4 years.
Happy birthday!
On the day we're recording it today,
Yeah.
25th of April. It's
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
And still those bastards in City Hall aren't letting you have a column in the IGN's...
I should be writing for The Guardian.
Semprus.
I have opinions that can be easily edited.
They have an opening.
Yeah, I bet they've got an opening.
That dude died, didn't he?
Did they?
Yeah, a film critic died. So.
Did he? Which one?
I don't know, he was 71.
Oh.
Facebook doesn't tell me.
You better not be Barry Norman.
Do you think?
Because I need the pickled onions.
Might be.
Barry Norman makes pickled onions.
Should we Google it? Should we pause this? Should we make some... I'll make noises.
No, I don't care enough. But yeah, The Exterminator is a film from the 80s that's gained a certain amount of cult status.
79.
No, it's 1980.
79.
1980.
Made in 79. Released out in...
If it's 1980, it's still a 1980 film. It's when
79,
it's the year it's released. Is the film?
I'm gonna read the back of the box while you talk.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you on there, but it's.
You son of a bitch.
But
you've done this on purpose.
It's a film that's got a bit of a cult status behind it as being one of those so bad it's good type movies. Mostly because there's a scene where a guy gets put in a meat grinder.
Crazy.
Yeah, I do like how that plays out. Okay, so the way the scene works. This is about 25 minutes into the film. The main character, John, is on a vigilante rampage now. He's extorted money from his boss, who's a meat plant owner guy, who's also a criminal element type dude. He's got him hanging above a meat grinder, and he gets the keys to the safe in his house, and he says, if there's anything else there, I'm going to come back for you. And then he gets to the house, and a dog attacks him, and he has to kill the dog with one of those electric carving knife things. And then the scene where he puts the guy in the meat grinder, he just literally walks in, switches it on, drops him in there, and walks off. Like, no dialogue. And I kind of think that's quite cool and badass. But the film is just this incoherent mess of a film, man. I don't think it deserves the cult status it's got just from the strength of one scene, because it's not that. It's a cool scene, but it's not laugh out loud awesome. It's not Neil Boggy's Goblin spelt backwards, and it's not, a guy pretending to be Bela Lugosi walking around with a cloth in front of his face the whole time. It's just a scene that happens in this incoherent mess of a film where John's mate Mike was attacked and paralysed, seems to be perfectly conscious in hospital, and then John goes and gets the people who injured his friend, and then for reasons decides to stomp out all crime in New York by just killing whoever he stumbles across. But there's no hierarchy of villains he's going up against. There's a cop who's hunting him down, but you barely even know he's hunting him down because that cop spends most of his time going on dates with his girlfriend at the hospital, who doesn't interact with his mate who's in hospital, so there's no link there. It's like they wanted to make Death Wish, but they didn't quite understand what makes Death Wish work so well. And that's, because Death Wish is fucking mental and badass. Have you seen Death Wish 4? By that point, it's just like, I'm just going to kill everyone.
Death Wish 4, doesn't someone hit him with a car?
I think so, yeah.
Why he...
The whole film is Charles Bronson just murdering all over the place.
No, the whole film is Charles Bronson slowly drifting into senility.
Yeah.
In the most...
He doesn't know what he's doing by that point.
Yeah, the least graceful way possible. He's not so much as drifting, he's fucking careening.
They didn't remake Death Wish, did they? They remade The Mechanic, which was practically the same film. Another Charles Bronson vigilante.
Yeah, they remade The Mechanic. It was actually not a bad film. It had Ben Foster in it.
Jason Statham.
And Ben Foster.
Yeah.
And Chris Christopherson. Oh, wait. That was Blade.
But,
Jokes!
The Exterminator probably doesn't deserve its cult status, but I do want to watch the sequel because it's got Mary Van Peebles in it.
The sequel's worse.
Yeah, well, it's got Mary Van Peebles, man. I can't not watch film with Mary Van Peebles. And John Turturro's in it as well.
Yes.
In his first, I think it was one of his first roles. He's just a guy.
And after his acting skills in Transformers, you could have hoped it was his last.
John Turturro is amazing, man. Just, why is he in those films?
Because money?
Yeah, that must be it.
You know when you think how many iPads is enough iPads and you go one? You're not a celebrity.
Yeah.
All the iPads is the answer.
Yeah.
Like, all the cocaine, all the iPads, and all the hookers' shoes and, houses.
All the hoes.
I would love just, like, a small to medium-sized house and just write screenplays.
You're not allowed. Tough.
Not allowed.
No.
Not allowed to write screenplays.
But, Exterminator. It's a film that exists, and if you go to the film dump now, you can read my review.
Highly recommended. There are different opinions there. It's great, it's fantastic, and I'm not there.
It was on Best of the Worst, the first one, on episode 13 of Best of the Worst.
Don't reference those bastards, they've got enough viewers.
Yeah.
As much as we love them. Guys!
They have a habit of reviewing films that I like, reviewing Best of the Worst films that I've got ready. Like, the reason I haven't done Exterminator for ages is because it was so recent that they had it on Best of the Worst.
Exterminator 2.
They did that. That was one of the early ones. They did Exterminator later.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah, they went back.
But, yeah, because I had that. I've had that DVD, Blu-ray. I've got it on Blu-ray. I've had that for ages.
It's got some great artwork on the front.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's got the original artwork inside, the him with the flamethrower, which never happens in the whole film. Like, he has a flamethrower one bit, escalates really quickly. It's the first thing he does. He just threatens a guy with one, but that's it. And then that guy later beats up an old lady.
He never takes that jacket off. I've just realised that. The whole film he's wearing the same fucking
the green jacket, yeah.
And no one spots it.
That's his vigilante costume.
His own jacket.
Yeah.
Short-sighted.
Anyway, Exterminator. Right, you need to... Did you spend that time thinking of something else to review?
I was too busy trying to be witty.
You weren't being witty. You were...
I know, I'm just bloody drinking. Alright, okay. My next review is going to be... 1 second. My next review is going to be the fantastic, the phenomenal, the flan...
Stop
Penny
stalling.
Dreadful Episode 1 Season 2.
Didn't you, like... Oh, Season 2, is that
Season
started?
2 has started!
Oh.
Shit, if you're not watching it now, stop what you're doing unless you're just listening to this podcast in a pool of your own filth.
Yeah, don't tell him to stop listening to podcasts.
Don't stop
man. My
listening to
audience
this
attention is
podcast.
bad
You don't
enough.
need the sound. The program is very visual. No, Season 2, Episode 1. Turns out they've got a new protagonist. It's not a Dracula anymore. It's now a Witches.
Well,
They now have a Witches.
a witches.
A Witches. We've confirmed that, spoilers, Josh Hartnett is actually a werewolf. Spoilers, Billy Piper is actually a
Billy
Frankenstein.
Piper's in it.
Billy Piper's been in it since Season 1.
Okay.
Billy Piper's a Frankenstein or a Frankenstein, depending on where you're from. And yeah, just basically madness all around. Caliban, which is the original proto-monster for Frankenstein's creation, he is actually, he's wooing a blind lady. So Brona, who was originally the prostitute, madly in love with Josh Hartnett, is now left alone but alive and awake after her horrible consumption has been cured by Dr. Frankenstein by the simple matter of letting her die and bringing her back to life with lightning.
That's fair enough.
Time goes on, life goes on, the perpetual clocks of movement, motion, and the world around us travel onwards, and we find that the characters are pretty much exactly the same as they were last season. A couple of people try to escape, no one gets away. All in all, it's the same as it was before without the real... it's like firing an arrow if you don't have a target. They don't really have a goal yet. In the last season, you knew there was always that sense of drive and focus. Yeah, that's gone. It's like
it's only one episode, so you got to give it time.
Yeah, you definitely do. And the witches have made themselves present. They're pretty much vampires that can look normal, which is nice.
Vampires.
Vampires. One angry lady. Hey, craziness, right? I'm just off topic. Penny Dreadful is actually is pretty good. I'd give it to Josh Hartnett because he's not been in much, and when you see him, you are kind of happy that
he's in that.
And you remember Sin City? He's kind of as good as he was in Sin City.
He's in Sin City for like 2 minutes.
All right now, it's a quality 2 minutes.
If 2 minutes.
So the idea of the Count from Sesame Street, this is maddening. Did you know about where the Count and counting comes from?
What, the Count?
Yeah. Do you know why he counts?
Well, because he loves to count.
What? No, that's not it. Do you know vampires initially, like the idea of vampires were that you could get away from a vampire, not if you had a crucifix, if you had a handful of seeds or grains, because you'd throw it on the ground, and this is in the original folklore for vampires. This is a threatening creature. If you threw it down, they'd be forced to count it.
No.
And that's how you get away from vampires.
Because they love to count.
Because they love to count, and that's where the count comes from. Oh. How mad is that?
Right, so Sesame Street had like actual proper folklore.
Sesame Street actually had a reason.
Can someone explain to me, still on Sesame Street, it's been bugging me all these years, why everyone's such a dick to Oscar the Grouch? The dude lives in a fucking dustbin.
It's because he's green, like, man. They're racist.
Cut him some
slack. Racism. That's what it's about.
There's an episode of Sesame Street where a woman breastfeeds on camera. On a kids' show in the 70s.
Yeah, but luckily the kid's out of frame, so I could still masturbate.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, I give it to Josh Hartnett. He's the type of character, and also it's a fairly good program. Like I said, he's fairly good at what he does. I applaud his decision to move on to the TV.
He's the best there is what he does.
No, I wouldn't say that. Timothy Dalton's in it. I love Timothy Dalton. Best Bond.
Is he though?
Yeah, it's opinion. My opinion's right. We already assumed. We ascertained the information that proved that our opinions are better than everyone else's.
That's true.
Yeah, we did a survey.
It was
based
just us
on opinion.
Yeah. You're relentless now.
Yeah, I'm going to add some...
That's us vile.
This is sugar-free relentless.
Oh dear.
It's relentless Origin Ultra. Well, I thought because we both saw a certain film that had Ultra and Origin...
Ultraviolet.
Yeah, that's the one. With Mila Jovovich.
That film fucking sucks.
That film has some of the worst effects of any film I've ever seen. Do you remember?
Terrible. I don't remember any of it. That's the problem with my review of Ultraviolet. If you go back and read my review, 90% of it is me struggling to remember what the hell happened in it.
Do you remember the game Wipeout?
What, the game? Yeah.
Yeah, on the PlayStation 1.
Have you seen that website where the guy's just ripped the game from Wipeout and he's put a thing on his website where you can just watch it going around the track and it plays music from the game. It's all in like HD and looks amazing.
I know what I'm doing in my evening. Murdering children and watching that.
Yeah. But Wipeout, yeah, I love Wipeout. It's one of my first... That's probably my first PS1 game. First PS1 game was Twisted Metal World Tour because I brought that before my PS1 arrived. My first PS1 game was Psychic Force 2142. That's a fucking awesome game. It's a great game! It's basically like two dudes running along at some point and you're just like, ah! No. And you fly around. Yeah, and there's all sorts of weird shit going on. Like, holy shit, it's a great game. We should do a video for that game, shouldn't we? I need a copy of it. How much is it now? It can't be that expensive. Probably turns out it's going to be extremely rare, like a Garnet, which I can't fucking get. 400 quid for a copy of a Garnet. That's a game me and Kev used to play all the time on our SNES. Garnet! It's one we were playing a few weeks ago on the thing. Anyway, you done with Penny Dreadful? Yeah, I really liked it. Okay.
Watch it, guys. And then tell us how much you liked it on Tumblr, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook.
Pin it. Put us on MySpace.
I'm on Godtrust, which is the Pinterest for God, because I reviewed Harold Crunk's God's Not Dead on my website, and for some reason a bunch of religious people were like, "Oh, we love this movie, let's put it on the Godtrust." And they didn't realise I was just ripping the shit out of that religious piece of shit. That's my next review. I forgot about that.
You did God's Not Dead.
No. It's a similar theme movie. Carry on. Go. I'm flicking my hair at you. Move.
Get a haircut.
Progress. Shut up.
My next review
Telling me to get a haircut.
will be...
Drill sergeant.
Just cut those sideburns.
It's not my sideburns. Just gently laped. Gently draped my dick around my face.
Okay.
It's just that colour because I've run it through mud.
I'm going to review... free-to-play mobile phone port to PC quite blatantly. Total War Battles Kingdoms. It's
Wait.
terrible.
There was a lot of pluralisation in that title.
I can't... There's Total War, comma, Battles, comma, Kingdoms. 2 minutes.
Battles Kingdoms. As in the battles own the kingdoms?
Battles... It's as if you think battles are going to be a theme of it, but they barely ever happen. It's basically one of those games where you...
Can we have a thing?
I've done a video of it. You can see it.
But for the podcast, can we have a thing where it goes Total War Battles Kingdoms?
There's a Total War Battle Shogun as well. That was the first one years ago. But basically...
but that makes sense.
Battles, Shoguns, Kingdom,
Oh,
whatever.
was it Battles Shoguns?
No, just Shogun.
Oh, well, that's fine.
It's terrible. Anyway, it's one of those mobile phone games that they've put on Steam, free to play, of course, but you can buy currency and whatever, where you press on the thing, and then it says, I'm going to get some wood down from these trees, and then you have to wait for it to happen. And then you click another thing, and it makes you wait, and then you click another thing, and it makes you wait, and eventually you're just like, you either quit, or you have really low patience and way too much money, and you pay to speed things up. And that's what they're relying on. They don't want you to play a game. They want you to be compelled enough by the numbers moving up that you will pay money to make those numbers move up faster. And the battles that happen, you have a bunch of troops, you organise them into a grid to decide where they stand, and they just kind of walk towards each other and fight.
Do you remember that game Civilization? It sounds like that.
Civilization's excellent. Civilization doesn't use like timers in that way. It's a turn-based thing.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
But it's a different.
It sounds like.
There was a Civilization Facebook game called Civilization World. It was really good because it had enough things going on that when you're done doing one thing, there was something else you could do. But this is one of those games where, like, as you get along it, you'll get to the point where it's like, well, I've got to wait 2 days for this thing to be built. You got to build a road for your troops to get to the bandits to fight. And each bit of road takes time to build.
Well, they don't tell you the bandits will come to you eventually if you just stay still.
It's just awful. Those things need to stop. Like, there's all of them out there, like the Dungeon Keeper mobile and SimCity Build It. It's Simpsons Tapped Out. It's all variations on that and Farmville. That's all they are. Doesn't matter what they look like. If you're tapping a square on a screen, or a hexagon maybe, maybe they've gone for a hexagon, yeah. Because, hexagons are more strategic or some shit. I don't freaking care. All you're doing is tapping something and a timer appears. You're not playing a game. You're just waiting for stuff to happen.
That's life, surely.
Do you know what's a good mobile phone game?
What?
WWE Supercard. Anyway, your next review.
Wait.
We're never reviewing WWE Supercard again.
We reviewed it 4 times.
We've never mentioned... No. Move on.
We keep talking about that fucking... Alright, okay. My review number 3 is going to be fairly long. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
I'm really sorry. If at any point you want me to shut up, just say.
Should I have a nap?
No, it's fine. I need your input anyway.
Oh. Input!
So, this week I put it upon myself to watch
reference.
a film from last year that was just hated. Just no one liked it.
Was it an Adam Sandler film?
No.
Because it's a funny thing happened.
Behind.
Oh, that's not from last year.
Starring Nicolas Cage.
Is it Left Behind Part 1?
2014. Well, this is what we're going to get into. Anyway, we're going to review... There's 4 films in this little bit, so we're going to go through each one. So, Left Behind is a film starring Nicolas Cage as an airplane pilot who's considering cheating on his wife. He doesn't do it. Although the reasons that he's going to do it are completely understandable in the fact that she has become incredibly into Jesus and doesn't want to touch him anymore, doesn't want to be with him. She's all about Jesus and loving Jesus and being with Jeebus and being in love with Jeebus.
Everyone loves Jeebus.
He gets annoyed, he gets frustrated, he's not getting love at home, he's not getting love in his bed. He's married to the woman, why isn't he getting his love? So he has decided to flit away with a lady that he works with. Meanwhile, photographer, non-Christian, Ryan Philippe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
From
is...
MacGruber.
Philippa! He is...
MacGruber's
No,
a
actually,
better
no, it's Chad Michael Murray. Sorry.
I don't know, I haven't seen this film.
Chad Michael Murray. He is... he's a photographer slash news reporter person who's also on the plane that's being driven by Nick Cage.
I believe they call him photojournalists.
Photojournalist. He is on a plane, like Bit Click List. He is on a plane going the place that Nicolas Cage is flying them to. And everyone disappears.
There's a Left Behind that's got Kirk Cameron in it.
That's we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Shush. So, anyway, yeah, everybody goes missing and they have to piece together why it's happened. Nicolas Cage comes to the realization it is the Rapture. And everyone is being taken to heaven in a strange stipulation that's not actually mentioned in the Bible, nor is the Rapture itself, actually. But in a strange stipulation. Any children, I don't know.
There's a character in it called... There's an actor called Han Soto.
Right, okay. But in a strange turn of events, babies and children, they don't define what a child is, they just say children, all go to heaven as a free pass because they don't have the will to decide yet? Or some shit?
Some kids are little shits, man.
Yeah, I fucking hate kids.
If there was a Rapture, I'd want a bunch of them left, but I could probably name a bunch that I'd
but we wouldn't be going to heaven either, so you got to think we've got to leave those, we got to have those kids sitting around.
I'll be fine, man. Just think about the world without, like, Christians banging on your door and stuff,
great,
man.
wouldn't it?
But I've been stopped in the street multiple times.
Mormons.
The Mormons around here are quite nice, though.
They should call them Mine-mons.
Yeah.
They're waiting for you.
But the Mormons around here are quite nice. I've chatted with them a few times.
So
they
that's
keep forgetting
Left
that they've stopped
Behind
me.
2014. The majority of the film takes place on a plane, and it's about the plane landing, blah, 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 blah. Now, jump back in time if you can. Travel back with me to a simpler time. 2001. Three Kings was playing on the radio. Everyone was having a great time.
Three Kings was playing on the radio?
Yeah, 2001.
You mean the film? Three Kings?
No. By Two Princes?
Two Princes? Don't know what it is.
Two Princes?
Oh, we three kings of...
No.
One in a taxi, one in a car. I don't know what it is.
It's like in every teen movie. Anyway, so Kirk Cameron plays the same characters, Chad Michael Murray, and Nicolas Cage, played by not Nicolas Cage. It's all a story about these people coming to terms with everyone getting raptured. But, lo and behold, there's 3 of the fucking things. So I watched all 3 of them to try and make an opinion. Have an opinion, decide an opinion, choose an opinion, check an opinion, find an opinion.
Oh god, there's 3 Left Behind.
Yeah, right.
World
so there's Left
War,
Behind 1.
And Left Behind 2.
Tribulation Force. Tribulation Force. And there's Left Behind 3, which is World at War.
Oh god.
Alright, so the story is that the rapture happens and then the Antichrist comes down and he tries to convince everyone to start raping and killing each other. But no, he doesn't. What does the Antichrist do? He decides that the beginning of this is a little bit different from the other one. The beginning of the original Left Behind has Kirk Cameron interviewing a man in Iran or Iraq or
Kill your heathen.
Yeah, who has come up with a formula that can grow plants anywhere, regardless of the environment. And he refuses to give it to other countries that require food and this kind of vital thing because they're not in the Holy Land. What the fuck, Christianity?
That's not very Christian.
No, that's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And so, like...
Well, they've got to sell all those copies of that Jesus film they claim is the most watched film of all time, but I can't find a single person who's ever even heard of it.
What is it?
It's a film called Jesus. It's just about Jesus. And the Christians claim it's the most watched film ever made.
Wait, the one that was made by Abed in Community?
No. I wish it was. They claim it's also the most translated film ever made, but it's basically one they take... when they go to the African countries... Is that because you have to
translate it from stupid to intelligent?
Yeah. They go to African countries and it's all like, you all starving, but don't worry, Jesus will make you feel alright.
Well, see, that's one of the key things. And they make them
watch it.
That's one of the key things, right? So the Antichrist is a bad guy and he kills someone in front of Kirk Cameron, but it may have actually been just Just it may have actually been Kirk Cameron having some sort of strange hallucination because his Christian mind can't handle someone being good to everyone in the world. Like, it's just fucking nuts. If people actually believe this shit, you're all fucking psychopaths. Like, it's horrible. Like, I watched the film and there was this sinister shudder that took over my body that I haven't had since watching God's Not Dead by Harold Crunk. Like, what is happening? Why are Christians so intent on telling people that if you don't eat meat, you're a heathen? Or if you don't go to church every Sunday, you're a heathen. If you don't believe that their Jeebus is the only Jeebus, despite that Jeebus being younger than the other Jeebus, you're going to hell. You're going just to hell. You're a heathen. You're a prick. Like, what's wrong with people just believing that they should just get on with life and not hurt other people?
Here you go. According to the New York Times, Jesus is likely the most watched motion picture of all time. Now, this is going to be some pure bullshit statistics here.
Is this repeat viewings? Is this just one old woman sitting
Project
in a house?
Leaders claim that it has been viewed over 5 billion times by over 3 billion people. This claim has been greeted with scepticism by other imagined... Yeah, because 3 billion people is just under half the population of the Earth. And
I've never seen this film.
I didn't hear about it for ages. It's been one I keep thinking of reviewing on Film Dump, because it is available on DVD on Amazon.
What's going on with Christianity right now? Like, what's happened? Why has it become so militant?
They're very big on stopping paedophilia now.
Well, who isn't?
Yeah.
No one wants their kids being diddled.
Well, no, they finally decided that they don't want it.
Oh, the Catholics.
Yeah. The Mormons are catching up now. They're acknowledging that gay people exist. That's their latest thing.
They're
not going to help them.
They're not
going to be nice to them.
Don't hark on those Mormons. They marry people off for money. They have multiple wives.
What religion haven't we had a problem with yet today?
Have you heard about sister wives?
Sister wives.
Okay, right. So in the certain Mormon communities, I'm going to put a disclaimer. This isn't all Mormons. Some Mormons are probably just
Every Mormon
freaks,
I've met have been genuinely nice, top dude.
But like, when you ask them about their book, they get really sketchy. Yeah. They're not good with history.
No.
But that's evident in the book written by a guy 100 years ago.
Dum 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 dum.
It's like Scientologists.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Scientologist? I've got one of their DVDs, you know, like the Indoctrinate
You've
DVD?
got one?
Yeah.
I shall put it on YouTube.
Yeah, let's do that. Because I got it for free by going on a website and just putting in my email address. And I watched it, and it's like, it's all just basic stuff. It's like, remember, when you go into a new situation with people you don't know, be friendly, concise with your points. Make sure you're aware of their names and the people in the room. I'm like, this is basic social interaction.
Yeah.
If you don't know this, you shouldn't be seeking religion.
Have you ever read the Satanic Bible?
No.
It's hilarious because I'm convinced it's a parody and no one else seems to realise it. Everything in it is basically really basic, moral, good stuff, right? Just simple stuff, but worded in the harshest way you could possibly imagine. Like, if someone bothers you in the street, ask him politely to not bother you anymore. If he continues to bother you, crush him. Like, if you do not come onto a woman unless she gives you the like some sort of eyes or something.
Is it the devil horns?
Says that she basically says, "Yeah, come on."
As soon as you see the devil horns on top of her head, that's when she's ready
but it's all
for
just
pounding.
Like the whole thing. You go on the website and you can read it. It's all just really basic, like just don't be a dick type stuff, but worded like Klingons would word it. And there's a picture of Anton LaVey dressed in a Halloween costume doing a pose with a bunch of women in bikinis. So yeah, like.
Well, that's the thing. I think that cults get by finding people that clearly can't interact in social situations, like your John Travoltas, like your Tom Cruises, and they say to them, "Well, here's how you should act, and we learnt this from this Bible. Maybe you'll like this Bible." And they're like, "Oh, gee, that's some real good advice that no one's given me because I'm an egotistical nightmare of a person. But since it's come from Xenu, I can follow it."
Dude, you have to talk down. John Travolta's asleep in my closet right now.
John Travolta is everywhere. He's like a fucking vampire. I can't get rid of him. He bit me the other day. I was like, "John, calm it down."
You just won't come out of that closet.
Anyway, yeah, like Left Behind. All of them are shit. They're shocking. Like, even the Nicolas Cage one, there is nothing redeeming. He says, "Gosh fucking darn." There's no fucking in there, though. He's just like, "Gosh darn." And I'm like, what? But yeah, the
doesn't matter. He got Left Behind already. It was a fun Rapture movie.
What?
Rapture-palooza.
That's a great film.
It's not a great film.
With Craig Robinson.
Yeah.
And the little mosquitoes that won't be killed by raid and they keep telling people they're going to fucking die. That's great. I actually really like that film. And Tom Lennon plays the neighbour, the person that ran along.
Zombie guy. Yeah.
Great. I really don't see the point in these movies. If you're already a Christian, you're not going to need a film that's a fictionalised version of your best case scenario. You don't need to
It's
know
their
that
apocalypse porn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Their apocalypse sucks.
Hey, guess what, guys? You know that neighbour that doesn't believe in Jesus and he believes in Allah? He's gonna stay on Earth when you get killed randomly and go to Mystery Land.
They just disappear.
They do.
At least good old-fashioned atheist, like, blooming
their clothes are left
raptures.
behind. So if you're bashful, you better jump on the Allah train. Because Christianity is stripping you bare.
Oh.
But, yeah, it was really poorly made, and Kirk Cameron's a fucking nutcase. Who gave that guy a platform for speech? I watched Saving Christmas after this.
I remember that.
It is so bad. You can't even put it into words because you expect it to be weird, but it's fucking psychotic. He's like, oh yeah, Christianity. The winter solstice was never a pagan situation. It was all about Christianity. That's when Jesus was born. I was like, no, that's not when Jesus was born. It's been proven that's not when Jesus was born. Even one of your books that's just a little bit older than that fucking Penguin Classics version you got sitting in your cupboard tells you it's older than that. And you're wrong. You're wrong, and you're defending your stupidity. Why? Fair enough, you want to believe that there's a better place for you if you're nice to people. That's how everyone should think. That's how everyone should hope life goes on. But don't think that just because that bloke
I just want to make sure
road,
it tastes good for worms.
I'm gonna
Salted popcorn caramel.
I'm going to make sure my body stays as body-like.
I'm going to
as
make
long as
sure that
possible.
worms get fucking tanged.
Boom! I'm fermenting my organs right as we speak. But yeah, no, in regards to it, do you not like, you know how they're meant to be like forgiving and all this shit? Yeah, they don't paint a good picture for themselves.
No.
Just maybe just like, instead of fucking going like, we're not going to give this miracle cure for fucking...
Best depiction of God ever in film.
Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now.
No, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Yeah.
God's just like, what is the meaning of life? And they're like, they quote poison. Every rose
No, they
has
seem
a
to
thorn.
be excellent to one another.
No, every rose
yeah.
has a thorn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song.
No, every day has a dawn.
Every day has a dawn.
Like every cowboy sings
Every
a sad
rose
song.
has a thorn.
I feel ridiculous. But yeah, just come on. Like, who? This is actually turned from a review about Left Behind to a review about religion. We always find some group that's upset us this week, and it genuinely is upsetting. Like, those Westboro Baptist Church people, you think they're the worst of it?
They're going to deal with ISIS, apparently.
No, they already said they're not going to go.
Oh.
They couldn't raise enough money. I've started a Kickstarter though, so guys, donate now.
I'll help them get there.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. Yeah, go deal with ISIS.
They don't expect first class, do they?
Do you ever see that story about Kevin Smith when they were releasing Red State, and they've got the Westboro Baptist Church, like, you know, like petitioning them, stood around the other side with placards up.
Yeah.
And where Kevin Smith's there, and they've made all these signs, and one of them he just holds it up, gets his gay mate to hold it up, and just says, "Pete cock tastes yummy." And over the other side, it's got the woman, the wife of whatever his name, the leader of Westboro Baptist Church, and he just gives her this look like, And Kevin's like, when Kev had her come in for the premiere,
Yeah.
they offered them to let them come in and watch the film.
Yeah.
So they came in. They stood around for the interview at the start, and Kevin said, "I just want to know, when you gave me that look after you saw the sign that said cock tastes yummy, were you like disapproving of it, or were you saying no, it doesn't?" Like,
I do love Kevin Smith.
good old Kevin Smith.
I like Kevin Smith. But anyway, yeah, Christians, there's something...
I've seen him.
There's nothing wrong with people. There's just people searching for answers that you just don't need. Like, if you're worried about dying...
Stop making films like Left Behind.
Yeah, stop making films that make everyone that isn't you or Kirk Cameron a bad guy. For fuck's sake. We're just trying to get on with life like everyone else.
It's bad as Adam Sandler films, man.
Yeah, well, did you hear about Adam Sandler? There was a bunch of Native American people that didn't want to be in his
one of
films.
them's like a dude from a heavy metal band. Like, apparently he wanted nothing to do with it, but they sort of coerced him into being in the film.
I got the news report that said that they find there are offensive stereotypes within Adam Sandler's movies, and I tweeted the guy saying, "Is it the fact that Adam Sandler's stereotyped as a comedian that's offensive?" But anyway, yeah, Left Behind, fucking atrocious. Don't watch it. It's literally the David Boreanaz in The Crow of our generation. This is the worst thing you could possibly watch. Next to fucking heart surgery while someone's dying. There's nothing more depressing than this.
Heart surgery's kind of boring, actually. It's all about
If
brain
they're dying
surgery.
and they know they're failing, though, and the sweat pouring off their brow, it'd probably be intense to watch, but it'd be incredibly
The most
sad.
exciting surgery is though when you go to bring someone back to life with the electric things and their chest opens up and eats your hands, and then the head falls off and walks away.
I love the
Hate
thing.
when that happens.
That's one of my favourite movies of all time.
My review.
Don't review Avengers 2.
I'm not going to review Avengers 2 yet. I'm going to review Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so I got this in the Humble Bundle with Origin, which is probably the best reason to buy the Origin Humble Bundle, because it's about $4 for a lot of games, and Lord knows the other games probably not. Yeah, I mean,
Space 2.
Yeah, but that's the second Dead Space game I've received that I'm still not going to play. First two Dragon Ages.
Wait,
I've never played the first one. I can't do them games.
What? We're going to do it together. Solidarity, brother.
More copies of Peggle and that. But Plants vs. Zombie Garden Warfare is essentially what Battlefield friggin' Heroes was meant to be, really. It's a fun, cartoony, silly shooter. It's got nice mechanics that play into the plants and zombies things, like the sunflower seeds, the healer, and you can like put in the sun. You can root down into the ground and fire just like a beam of sunlight at people.
Yeah.
Really nicely designed levels. They've got that asymmetrical thing going on a lot of the levels. It looks really nice. Like, as a cartoony game, gorgeous. Only problem is, half the games I've played have been laggy, horrible messes, and it's not just the lag where you shoot someone and it takes a second for them to actually get hit. It's the lag where you walk 2 steps and the game freezes and you just get the sound that's been playing, just going dun 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 dun, and then move. I thought at first maybe my graphics card was freaking out of it. My graphics card shouldn't freak out at Plants vs Zombies. You know, I can play Titanfall at full specs. I can play friggin' Sleeping Dogs at full spec, and Tomb Raider, Alien Isolation. It asked me if I wanted to play it in 2K, but Plants vs Zombies, nah. I thought it would maybe having worries, but no, it's actually fine. It's the lag. It is literally the lag, and I've tried. You never seem to be able to find a way of doing it. It just chucks you into a game with random people. Apparently, one of the game modes is peer-to-peer. One of them is on the servers.
Okay.
But I've had the same lag on both. But when it works, it is really good. It does have a freemium thing in there where you can...
sticker packs.
Yeah, but those sticker packs are so easy to earn.
Yeah,
like,
you get them free every match.
Yeah, you get like 2,000 coins when you win a match, so you could get the cheapest sticker pack. You could get multiple sticker packs every match, and those sticker packs unlock costume parts and new skills and things like that. You get a ton of them free when you start the game. I got a whole bunch of Chester Cheetah ones, which was quite cool.
Yeah, I got those.
Yeah.
I've got the game on the Xbox One and the PS4.
Yeah.
No server issues on the Xbox One, but PS4 had a lot of lag.
Yeah. But really nice game. It seems like a lot of the maps have night and day variations on them, which is quite cool, and I would like to see more stuff added in there. I'd kind of like to see some more expansions and more maps and stuff. But
I wish Battlefield ran as well as that.
Battlefield Heroes is being shut down soon, isn't it? I tested that when it was being made in the early days.
You keep name dropping in this damn podcast.
Early days of Battlefield Heroes when it had one map and we were testing it, and I quite enjoyed that. I gave him feedback. I was like, this is really nice, and that kind of died. But Plants vs Zombies is essentially the same game. I'm quite liking it. I like the customization you can have on your characters. I've got my professor running around with purple and grey hair all over the place.
Pea shooter.
Yeah, pea shooter. I've got him with tattoos, and he's got pea pods on him. But I'm really enjoying it. I think it's one of the best things Plants vs Zombies have done, because Plants vs Zombies 2 was kind of a bit...
piss take.
Yeah, the game had a difficulty curve that was clearly built towards annoying the shit out of you.
Yeah.
The first Plants vs Zombies is a masterpiece, one of the most...
game.
Brilliantly designed games ever made. I need to do a no continue video of survival mode on that one day. I need to see how far I can get. By the way, Bejeweled Butterflies beat my high score on that last night. Chucked a video up on YouTube. Feel free to watch it.
It's just casual game.
1.3 million points
casual
on Butterflies. What should I play next night? Should I do Peggle?
I'm really good at Peggle.
Yeah, I'm quite good. I managed to get a ridiculous score on that level. You know when they got the helix, the double helix? And they had to patch it on the Xbox, didn't they? Because people were like they patched it so there's a leaderboard that didn't include people using a certain trick, because you could get a ridiculous score from it.
If you get it trapped in the helix.
Yeah, and it just works its way up. Yeah. But Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, really pretty game. When it works, it's excellent. Plays really nicely with a controller. Screw you, keyboard and mouse users. I'm still finishing top of the rounds with my blooming controller. Same on Titanfall. I play that with a controller. I still finish top of the rounds.
Who would play Titanfall without a controller?
Yeah, people play it keyboard and mouse, which I can get, but it's so fast-paced and so...
Doesn't work.
It's more of a platformer at times. Like, to me, I'm fine with a controller on that. I suck with keyboard and mouse. Like, Unreal Tournament, I would never play that with a controller. Like, Unreal Tournament...
did on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, but it's it's not. If you're playing against someone using a keyboard and mouse in Unreal Tournament, you are getting destroyed.
Especially that fucking rail cannon.
But something like Titanfall, it's a very different thing. It's got aim assist. It's got like all this sort of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's a slower pacer game, despite the fact you're jumping all over the place. It is a lot slower than Unreal Tournament. So I can handle that with a keyboard and mouse, with a controller. You can play Battlefield 4 with a controller on PC. It works. My mate plays it like that.
Well,
Does
they
quite
say
well.
it works.
Yeah. But Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. It's decent. If the Humble Bundle's still running by the time this podcast goes out, probably won't be. Get it. Otherwise, I say wait for a sale. Don't pay 25 quid for it.
It was free on PS4 at one point.
Yeah, they give it away on PlayStation Plus, didn't they? But it's decent.
No, they gave it away because EA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, EA had anniversary.
Get it. It's all right.
Yeah, it's worth it. Worth a tenner.
Yeah. Right. What's your next review?
Well, I think this is going to be a joint review.
Oh, we're going to review joints.
We're going to review... I love joints.
Buddy. Let's review Biodome.
Yeah, let's review Biodome.
I like the bit in Biodome where he's like, Iron Man does whatever an iron can.
I like the bit where he goes, I'm a unique weasel, and it does... I'm a unique weasel.
Tenacious D in that. First time they appear on film.
They are indeed. Yeah. Also, Joey Lauren.
Kylie Minogue.
Oh,
90s Kylie Minogue.
90s Kylie Minogue. And also, Moby.
Is there something else we should be reviewing?
There's probably something more important than Biodome, surely. Super Mario Land?
Super Mario Land, good game. Good game.
Great game.
The music, I actually associate that with Mario more than the Mario Brothers music. I associate...
Yeah, no, I always associate that with Kirby.
That bit when you finish the level. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So what else could we review?
Well, what have we both done or seen in the last 2
there was a little independent film came out, wasn't there?
Spring.
Avengers Age of Ultron?
You're pronouncing it wrong. It's Spring.
Spring.
Story about a vampire.
Oh.
Fantastic. Tom Atkins.
Didn't watch it.
10 out of 10. Tom Atkins. Print it. Done. We're going to press. No,
Okay, end of podcast.
Yeah, no, actually, genuinely, watch Spring. But, no, the film that we are going to talk about is Avengers.
Avenger Boys.
Avenger Boys. Age of Ultron 2.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Podcast over.
Yeah.
You start.
Alright. Ultron is a peacekeeping device created by Tony Stark. Originally Hank Pym in the comics.
But they didn't want to hire Michael Douglas for another...
Yeah, they didn't want to hire Michael Douglas without,
Because Ant-Man's blatantly a one-and-done job.
Got to establish him first. No, Ultron was a peacekeeping device devised by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of them worked together to try and make a suit of armor they could essentially deploy in any country in the world to, avoid conflicts. When they hit a bit of a rock and they're unable to complete the service, they go back to being the Avengers and fighting Baron von Strucker and the evil Hydra. Upon doing so, they locate Loki's staff, which has the Mind Gem.
They're now officially confirming it's a Mind Gem.
It's the Mind Gem. So Loki's brainwashing staff from the original Avengers film, they open it up and find the Mind Gem inside, but that's much later in the film. What they initially find is an AI protecting the Mind Gem and avoiding anyone getting inside. They use this AI to develop their peacekeeping program and create Ultron, a maniacal madman voiced by James Spader.
It's captured by James Spader. They actually had him on set, yeah.
Motion captured by James
Spader.
And
he's 9 foot tall, made of metal.
He's got giant glowing balls on his head. Yeah. It's up to the Avengers to reveal secrets about themselves, challenge the status quo currently in place,
and avoid blaming Tony as much as possible.
Yeah, avoid blaming Tony as much as possible, and also hopefully save the world.
They blame Tony a lot. They don't blame Bruce Banner a lot. It's kind of like
it's because Tony Stark did make the choice to extract the AI.
But it's kind of like we know this from Tony. They should have been more disappointed in Bruce.
Yeah, but can you imagine?
But they expect him to follow. You know.
Yeah, you basically like, Bruce raped a chick. Fuck. We're not talking to him about that. No.
It's all right, Bruce.
Hey, how's it going, Bruce? Bruce, lad. How you doing? All in all, the Avengers band together along with some new allies in the form of Quicksilver, the Scarlet Witch, and Vision to try and stop Ultron, save the world, and possibly a few thousand people in the process.
At least a few thousand. They destroyed entire. Oh no, it's
what? So all in all, it was an okay film. There are some things that I didn't like. There are some things I really liked. One of the things I really liked is they've introduced spoilers. Oh God, if you haven't seen the movie, keep listening because I'm going to spoil it for you, and that makes it less surprising and you're less likely to have a heart attack. Medical advice. We're good like that.
Yeah.
So they've introduced Hawkeye's wife, his children, who in the comics, spoilers again for the comics if you don't have the ability to read and you're waiting for the film of this, Hawkeye's family have been killed, which put him on a sort of a downward spiral. Becomes quite a loose cannon for the Avengers. Also,
loose arrow.
Broken arrow. Also, because of this, he does end up becoming deaf. He actually loses the ability to hear.
But that's not in the film.
That's
got nothing to do with the film.
Yeah,
He's just got a family. They flesh out Hawkeye a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit deep for the films. I don't think people would really like it if they made Hawkeye deaf, would they? But yeah, no, the films are good. The film's good. It's good. It's entertaining. It's cheesy. It's everything you want it to be, really. It's a nice little scene where everyone's trying to lift the hammer and Captain America moves it a little bit.
Yeah. I'm kind of convinced Captain America realised he was moving it and then faked not being able to lift it.
You reckon?
Yeah, because let's face it, Captain America's not like... He's not going to take away that thing from Thor. He's too much of a good person.
How great. Like, that was a little bit...
If he couldn't move it, I want to know what he did. That made him unworthy.
Yeah. He fucked Peggy.
He's got Chumbawamba's tub thumping on CD at home, and that's it.
No, he has the soundtrack to Batman Returns. Batman
Returns, yeah. Batman Forever soundtrack. You dare diss the Batman Forever soundtrack.
That's a bad one as well. You wouldn't be able to lift Thor's hammer. All in all, it's quite a nice film. And the little Captain America thing, that was a nod to the Ultimates, in which Captain America did wield Thor's hammer.
Yeah. I think everyone gets a turn of it. Didn't Wolverine pick it up eventually?
No.
Beta Ray Bill picks it up.
Yeah, Beta Ray Bill picks it up because Beta Ray Bill contains Thor's DNA or something. Oh. Yeah, he's like that universe's version of Thor. So he is technically worthy. Vision's fantastic. That was a highlight for me.
The CGI was really good.
Yeah,
Vision.
It's actually mostly practical effects.
Yeah, but it's like it is CGI'd over, but it looks properly real.
They had him on stage covered in red shit.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the CGI'd all sorts of stuff because he's got a weird the material he's made out of has a weird translucency, reflectiveness to it, and all that. Yeah. Like sometimes the light hits certain parts of it and it reflects light differently. And I like the way the suit gradually forms during the scene. You see it goes over because at first he's all naked and shit and flying around.
He's got no genitals though because you don't want genitals. Mess with his programming. His genitals are going to be USB 4.0. It's going to take a little while.
His genitals are Iron Man armor Mark 45.
He's going to interface with all kinds of ladies.
Ultron was originally just a giant tube thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's just like a dustbin.
Yeah, the original first issue.
Yeah.
But, I thought, the film... I didn't get that same childlike, silly wonder that I got from the first Avengers film, because that whole film is literally someone's gone... As if they only had the one chance to make an Avengers film, and they were like, what do people want to see? We're going to have, friggin' Captain America reflecting the blast of Iron Man's laser off his shield, and... you're going to have Hulk versus Thor and stuff like that. That was what the first film was. It was just like a big grin from start to finish. And Guardians of the Galaxy had a bit of that because it's just a friggin' enjoyable film. Winter Soldier was equally as good, but in a different way.
Winter Soldier was a very adult comic book movie.
Yeah.
It was nice to see Falcon back in the...
Yeah. But the horrible thing, the bit when there's the scene when they're having the party, and I went, is that Trip? I'm like, Trip's dead in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh no, shit, it's Falcon.
Racist.
But
racist.
Why did... Spoilers for the end of the film, very, very minor spoilers. Why did War Machine get invited to the final battle, but Falcon didn't?
Because Falcon doesn't have superpowers.
He could fly around, though. Neither does Black Widow or Hawkeye.
Yeah, but the difference is Black Widow...
Or Tony Stark. I mean, he's got a suit, but...
Falcon. Okay, so Falcon as a superhero doesn't have super strength. He's not super density.
He's got wings.
He can fly.
Yeah, and guns.
So you know what he does within the Avengers? He's like a recon. person, or he's a rescue person. He's not a fighter.
He is fabulous. That costume he has in the comics, the white,
the red and white,
fabulous.
but yeah, no, he's not a fighter. He doesn't fight like the other Avengers. He's physically hand-to-hand combat. He's fine taking on people, but if you put him in against 3 people, he's going to lose. Much like Hawkeye is in the comics. The difference is that Hawkeye has his bow and arrow. If you take away his bow and arrow, he's not going to be able to fight.
I did like the whole... they've shown the clip on the video, not too much spoilers, but where he's trying to pep talk Scarlet Witch, and he's kind of acknowledging how silly everything is.
Well, he's like,
this is stupid. I've got a bow and arrow on my back. We're fighting robots. This is stupid.
This is stupid, but this is my job.
Yeah,
I like that because that's how everyone feels. He's the everyman. I like Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on Jeremy Renner as a person, but I quite like Hawkeye.
Slut shaming is
not just that, just Jeremy Renner in general.
Like that slut shaming thing. I don't really care if they're calling a fictional character a slut. She flirts with everyone a lot, and everyone assumed she was going to be with Chris Evans.
The line with the whole what was it that I've seen her flirt with people.
Yeah,
that's not flirting. How do you know it's not flirting? I love my favourite bit. The whole there's a from that early part because the first part of the film it's got like this party scene and it goes on a little bit too long.
Yeah,
but there's that brilliant bit where Tony Stark and Thor are trying to out girlfriend each other.
Oh yeah,
how great their girlfriend. It just ends with Thor going, "My girlfriend's better."
It's like Jane's better.
Yeah.
I liked loads of people have loads of reviews because I do read people's reviews. I don't believe that anyone's jaded opinion is going to affect my own. Loads of people have said that they don't believe the romance between Black Widow and Bruce Banner.
They got a connection there because she's doing the whole lullaby thing for him.
Well, yeah, fuck that because that's just extenuous shit to the point that I'm trying to make. Not that I'm saying your points are invalid. I'm sorry, buddy. But yeah, so she clearly defines it. She says, "I'm surrounded by people that can fight. I'm surrounded by warriors. The guy that I like is the guy trying not to fight, trying to come up with another solution because he doesn't want to let that out." That's fair enough. Everybody looks for someone who's slightly
what
different.
What about what's her face?
What?
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler?
Yeah. What was the name of Bruce Banner's girlfriend?
Betty Ross?
Yeah. Doesn't she just like... We're just forgetting about her.
Yeah.
Oh. I want a sequel to Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk was actually quite decent.
Yeah, I liked the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. Old Ed Norton. I quite like the Ang Lee Hulk film, but I'm a bad, terrible person. Yeah, I understand why. I totally get why people understand why.
Made.
But I kind of liked the way Hulk was depicted in that.
Didn't it feel really nice and new when it came out though?
Yeah.
It felt so new.
It felt different.
Yeah.
And Ang Lee was like, it's not a real comic book movie unless there's panels everywhere. But
I liked that.
I quite liked that Hulk wasn't like muscular in like the ripped muscle sense. He was muscular in that if that guy punches you, just his sheer weight is probably going to make your head explode. Like, he was just bulky.
Didn't like the fact he grew the more angry he got.
Yeah, but that happens in the comics, though. He's different sizes in the comics quite often.
No, not in the newest stuff. He's retconned to be just... Unless it's drawn by the guy that did the maps.
I'm kind of gutted he's not going to be in the Deadpool film. I know Deadpool's Fox, but Deadpool and Hulk, I love their little interactions when they happen in the comics.
Well, see, I like Wolverine and Hulk.
Yeah.
Their fight is incredible.
I would friggin' love that. Because when Fox had the license, I kind of hoped that if they were going to do a sequel to the Ang Lee film, they were going to do Wolverine, like, fresh out of Weapon X when he's still brainwashed, have Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, sent after Hulk, and have the film be them two clashing. But that would never happen because Fox gave up the license. Was it Fox who had the license for... Or was it Universal who had the license to Hulk?
I can't remember.
Anyway, Avengers Age of Ultron is really quite enjoyable. I don't know if I like it more than the first one. I think it's because it hasn't got that big childlike wonder thing going on for me.
I like it more than Iron Man 2.
Yeah, I don't like Iron Man 2. I watched Iron Man 3 again the other day, and I still maintain that film is excellent.
Phenomenal.
Like,
so many people hate it.
Yeah. What is wrong with them?
I don't know.
It's weird, because I know loads of people who love it. My mate Kev, who I did a couple of videos with on Mellow Gaming, we were chatting when we were in Edinburgh about how good Iron Man 3 is. Like, that is an actual film about a person... like having anxiety troubles, trying not to like wear his armour. He's trying to find ways out of using the Iron Man armour.
Did you like the fact he still had PTSD in this?
Yeah.
He didn't get cured of it. I thought it was great. Like, so many films are like, oh, because they've overcome some difficulty about the aliens and the monsters on the planet, they're okay now. Don't have PTSD. It's just what the doctor said to me. And like, it's not like that. They exploit his PTSD to make him build Ultron.
Yeah.
Like, none of it's his fault.
Yeah.
Like, he just wanted to save people, and then they threw acid on his robots, which is kind of a dick move. If you threw acid on my iPod, I'd be pretty pissed off. Just saying, I'd make an Ultron or two.
Yeah. They should. Tony Stark should make like robots for us to use as iPods.
Yeah.
But Age of Ultron.
Who's your favourite character?
Side film. What, in the film?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like the Banner and Black Widow and Hawkeye stuff. I really like Hawkeye, but Ultron. Friggin', I was surprised at how entertaining he was as a villain.
Yeah.
He wasn't a roboty robot. He was a character, an actual character who had like throwaway lines, very Whedon-esque.
Yeah.
I had to use that line. It is a very Joss Whedon film, but he had a personality which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting robot.
Yeah.
But nah, he was
I was
evil
expecting-
Tony Stark.
I was expecting Johnny 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chappie.
Yeah.
But he's the evil. He's the
So
like
would you
the
say
worst parts of Tony Stark.
Would you say that's your favourite character in the film?
Yeah, probably. I really did like Ulysses Claw. Like, his little cameo was
Oh, yeah, the South
fucking hilarious.
African.
Yeah, I love he fires the gun and Quicksilver just grabs the bullet and puts it on the table.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the conversation, he goes, boom, and grabs the sweets. And,
I actually love the fact that Ultron cut his arm off, and as soon as he cut his arm off, he goes, "Oh God, oh that looks bad.
oh,
No,
sorry.
that's going to be fine. That's going to be okay.
Yeah,
Don't worry."
That'd be interesting, because I'm hoping when the Black Panther film comes out, Ulysses Claw is going to have his sonic vibration weapon
You reckon
thing.
he's going to be the main bad guy?
I don't think it'd be a main bad guy. I think it'd be one of.
You reckon it'll be like a Barton?
I think Andy Serkis could carry a film as the main bad guy.
Andy Serkis, like I think that if they
Massively underrated actor.
if they wanted to make him the villain of Wakanda, he could always have just the vibranium cannon and just destroy buildings with it.
I wouldn't want him to be Ulysses Claw in the weird suit thing where he's like made of solid sound. I think that's always been silly and very 1960s.
I like
but
the
Ulysses Claw, a hunter or type character with a robotic arm.
Well, I like the idea of him just having a Winter Soldier style arm.
Yeah.
That he can hold stuff, sense its frequency, and tear it apart.
Yeah,
But yeah, no.
and an amazing beard.
Who is your least liked character?
Captain America didn't do much in this film, did he?
He was still Captain America, though. I wouldn't say I'd hate him for being anything other than Captain America.
Same with Thor. There wasn't much going on with him.
Do you know who my least favourite character is?
Hey,
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
She was so fantastically attractive, but
I keep getting reminded that they were husband and wife in Godzilla.
I keep getting reminded they fucked in the comics.
Oh dear.
Yeah, the Ultimates.
In the Ultimates, yeah.
Lovers.
Yeah, they're not Magneto's son and daughter anymore, are they? They're not related to Magneto anymore in the comics, are they?
No.
That's been retconned.
Yeah, because he stole them away from someone, didn't he?
The accent as well.
Yeah.
Generic Eastern European accent.
But I liked Quicksilver. Quicksilver was done alright. And just Scarlet Witch, just...
I'm glad they didn't try with Quicksilver to make him do any, like, the same sort of speedster effects they used in Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Because like Evan Peters' Quicksilver was weird, but like really weird interpretation of the character. But his sequences were some of the best in the film. That time in a bottle sequence is amazing.
Time in the bottle sequences. I thought that was great.
I love that song.
I
love that song.
I have one or two issues with Evan Peters' one. He's clearly like a class 10 mutant. He's beyond anything they've got in the series.
Yeah, he's ridiculously fast in that film.
He could defeat everyone.
Yeah,
and never care. Like, never work himself down.
He would defeat them and pick their pockets before he's done and friggin' sit down and play a video game.
Yeah, like, there's just no way that anyone could win against that. Whilst in this one...
He's a bit more,
He's
a bit more...
realistic. Well, not realistic.
There was only really, like, 2 slow motion shots with him, wasn't there?
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Do you know
the one where
he
wallops Captain America, the one where he catches Thor's hammer, which was fucking hilarious.
No, there was a scene with the arrow where Hawkeye fires an arrow through the glass and it comes up and you see it floating and it's like, what is that? And it's a flashbang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that scene, I was watching it. I was just watching, like, the glass just exploded and I was like, okay, what's happening here? And there was this thing going up and I was like, is that a bullet? Why is it going up? And I was like, oh, it's an arrow. I was like, that would take me just as long to work that one out. Probably my favourite character is it's actually a joint for Vision and Thor. Those guys need their own movie.
Thor has 2.
In which they go on a road trip.
Oh, when they go on a road trip.
Yeah, because Vision was phenomenal. Him and Thor are clearly going to have a bit of a butt fuck. They were lovely together. Like, I liked the hammer, passing the hammer over to Thor. That was great. It's nice stuff. And everyone's look as well. Everyone's look when he's holding it, he's like, let's arm up. And he's holding Thor's hammer and everyone's just like, shit. Fuck. What have we
It's
done?
like, how do we trust him? That's not the quickest way to make you trust someone.
Yeah, and then they have little bit of witty repertoire in the final battle.
Should we mention the extremely short bonus scene during the post credits?
Oh yeah, Thanos is coming.
Thanos going, picking up the Infinity Gauntlet and going, if you want a job done, do it yourself. I want to point out the amount of times I've been told online that Thanos is going to have to get the Infinity Gauntlet from Thor's castle, and I've gone, no, he's not going to have to get it from there, because that Infinity Gauntlet that appeared in the background during Thor was a throwaway gag. It's on frame. It's on shot for 3 frames. Like, that wasn't canon. That was them just chucking a thing in there for you to go, oh, there's Thor's Infinity Gauntlet.
No, you're wrong.
No, because he's got it. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet there.
I know how he got it.
He didn't get it from Thor.
No.
That's the thing, in Thor, in the first film, you see it in the background.
Yeah.
But it's nothing to do.
Who's currently Odin?
What, Loki?
Yeah. And who's most likely to team up with Thanos?
Probably not Loki.
Yeah.
No,
Be Loki.
Loki's already dealt with him once.
No, Loki will be... He'll be dealing with Thanos now. Loki will be... The Chitauri were defeated. Loki will blame the Chitauri for being weak. He'll join Thanos. Thanos will see him as an ally for what he truly is, but also will see deeper and see the person that he... And that's what's going to bring Thor into, the frame for the
Infinity Gauntlet.
It's going to be really
But he's already got it. It's not in Thor's castle.
But it was given to him by Loki.
Doubtful.
Yeah.
It's a different gauntlet for a start. It looks different.
Yeah, because it warps to the size of the person that wears it. The Infinity Gauntlet isn't gold as we know it. It's like isn't it like a dying star? It's like the same thing as Thor's
Whatever
hammer.
happens, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is probably going to be one of the most important films for it. I mean, Adam Warlock's going to be in it, and you
Is
can't
he?
have... Yeah, Adam Warlock is apparently going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Holy shit. Did you know there was an Adam Warlock that was just slightly super powered? Like, he just had super strength.
Yeah.
He was crippled. They found him in the End Zone prison during Civil War, and he joined the Guardians of the Galaxy for a little while. And he fought against a race of people that were bred to be miners, and they were like really short and really stubby. And
Or just children.
No. Like they were just like
job role.
they were like dwarfs essentially. It was like a weird sort of like slightly strange dwarven expedition. But they were super powered, like super strong, and they beat Drax. Adam Warlock, he went at one of the things, and he actually went toe to toe one of them. And they were like, "Oh, you're much stronger than you let on." And he goes, "What?" And they were like, "Don't you realise your potential?" And then that was it from that Guardians of the Galaxy iteration. It was really nice. I liked it.
You can't have... if you're going to have Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he has to do something with Thanos.
Well, he's got one of the gems. Which one has he got?
I don't know.
He doesn't have the mind
The sexy gem.
The badonka gem.
I want to know, like, if they're going to acknowledge that Paul Rudd has that computer in Ant-Man. The one where he watches the dancing people all the time. That's canon. Tane. My name is Tane and I'm here to entertain you.
What?
I mean, I've shown you Paul Rudd's computer.
Yeah.
Where he watches the videos.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be an Ant-Man.
Yeah.
How good was that new Ant-Man trailer?
It was great, wasn't it?
Much better. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking forward to it. And also, they've given like an indication of his power level. He's super strong when small.
How crazy that Thomas the Tank Engine's in the Marvel universe.
How great was that final shot?
Yeah.
Like, if the whole film... Because apparently they've just taken digital 3D shots of blown up images.
Yeah.
And they've used that like a green screen. So they've constructed like green screen. And they just have people running around on these sets that are just going to have superimposed 3D images, like close-up magnified image. That sounds great. That's like the original kind of programming we need. If you take high-resolution, up-close shots of stuff, and you do it in 3D, so you do it at different angles, and then you just blow it up and put your actors into that, that's much better than digital fucking like random computer-generated effects. Do that. It's
It'll be interesting to see it. I still wonder how much of Edgar Wright's and Joe Cornish's script is going to be in there. Yeah, but it's a different director.
I know.
There is a pace and a style to Edgar Wright's editing.
It
Although
might be
that
alright.
Thomas Tank Engine shot was pure Edgar Wright.
That was. I love the fucking zoom out of the... That is pure Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
But I'm
Age of
excited.
Ultron.
What?
Age of Ultron.
I give it a Nicolas Cage. No, I'm joking. I give it Keanu Reeves. Once again, he gets the prestigious Keanu Reeves, which is, if you're looking for numbers, 9 out of 10. So that's been Critapocalypse episode 15.
Mm-hmm.
How did we do?
I don't know, right?
Yeah? Sure.
Passable.
Go see Age of Ultron! And go see Spring. It's probably playing somewhere online. Check that film out. It's really,
see
good.
Fast and Furious 7.
It's actually not bad.
Go see Paul Blart
I'm going to
Mall
urinate
Cop
before
2.
the podcast is over.
Bye.